Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday Fun Day, and boy, do we have a fun project for you today. Of course, Leni's going to give you her little tips and tricks that are different than the other ones. The project for this time is the Kimberbell dealer exclusive, and are you ready for this? This is so cute. It's a little, let's see if I can get it in there. Spring is in the air. It is. We're having crazy weather here in California.
Oh my gosh, are we?
Driving in, I had rain and it's beautiful sunny outside, so just very, very strange. But is this cute with the little bug in the middle and the flowers and the glitter and everything? So much fun. So I'm going to show you how I did it. This one, in the instructions, when you get your instructions for this, the felt is green, or blue. I changed it to green. You know, Leni, she changes everything. Your flowers say to be purple glitter. Well, guess what Leni's doing?
Let me guess. Pink.
Pink!
And I'm not even looking.
So, it just really is cute. And then, so let's go over, I'm going to change cameras here to, there we go. All the things that you need. I am using, again, Leni changes things. It calls for a really pretty off-white sign, but my house is blue. Believe it or not, it's not pink. I couldn't talk my husband into that. Although I did used to have mauve carpeting, and I couldn't say pink, but it was mauve. So anyway, now we have blue also to match the house. So I'm going to do a blue flag for our house. And so I'm using a tote. Kimberbell has the cutest totes with the gray and white check and the blue. They've got a navy blue, all different colors. But I'm going to use the light blue. This is made with a tote, which is crazy. You're going to need two small pieces of 2" by 2". And I have put the fusible backing on the back. I used Fusible Woven by OESD. And then, of course, you need your two pieces of glitter and applique glitter, and I am using pink. It says to use lavender. And then for the spring behind there, this is the felt and embroidery felt, and I'm using the green. I thought green for that garden kind of thing, that one is always pretty cool, so I'm going to use the green. Now, this one takes tons of colors. I kid you not. It's like, wow, look at all the colors that we're going to be using. But when you think of spring and you think of spring flowers, obviously you're going to have lots of color. And so I picked a bunch of colors. Of course, you can see there's some pink in here, and I'm going to take the lid off. I love these OESD stackers. They're wonderful to keep your projects in, so I'll put them in. It comes in 2 layers. And that way I can put them 2 layers at a time for one project. And then I rotate out my projects in these boxes, which is really kind of cool. So that being said, we need that. I will need a rotary cutter. You'll need a ruler. You'll need a Frixion pen. And this one I am doing due to time frame. Now, you can use I believe it's a 6 by 10 or an 8 by 12 to do this bigger one. But since we don't have as much time, because this really takes a while to stitch out, I'm going to use the 5 by 7 size. So you'll get both sizes when you get this design. So this is the Leni way. Remember, this is Aqua Mesh Plus, and I went ahead and I traced around the outside of the hoop. And then what I'm going to do is peel it off. And then I just gently, well, maybe not so gently, will pull it across. And then I pull it kind of tight on both ways. It will, because I draw the line going around it, around the hoop, and then I cut on the outside edge of it, so that I have a little bit of a lip that will go over the edge of it, like that. So now I have my water-soluble tacky on the inside of my hoop, And the first thing that you do in your design, it has a crosshatch that you will stitch out. So that's going to be the first step of what we're going to do. But before we do that, what I tend to do is they want you to take your bag and they want you to fold it in half, okay? Like this. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half. Wrong sides or right sides together. And you want to finger press it. So I kind of did that. And then they want you to measure down. Now the 5 by 7 is 4.5 inches down from the top. If you're doing the 8 by 12, then you're going to measure down 6.5 inches from the top. But I'm doing 5 by 7, so I'm going to measure 4.5 inches. And I put a pin in, just like they said. Then what you're going to do is you fold it over. And this is making where it's going to go on the hoop. Okay? So this is going to be my center mark where it goes inside that crosshatch. So once you have that, let's go over to the machine and let's stitch out. Let's see, we got it good. We're going to stitch out the crosshatch. And I'm going to go to the other. And it's upside down. We're going to make you dizzy for the first way.
Right? It's a
Thank
test.
you. It's a
to
test.
See
if you're awake, if you've had your coffee.
You know, I tested everything this morning, but you know how.
So what we're going to do then with it is I'm going to, technically I should have folded it this way, is put that, you can see where the pin is, hopefully, like this. And pull that up so it's right on that line. Okay, now I'll take my pin out so I don't sew on it. And pull my handle out of the way because we don't want to sew that into the flag. And now I should be straight, but I always will check one more time just in case I got it crooked, but I can see right here that my line is perfect, and I can feel up here that my line is perfect, so that I know that I'm straight, and I can feel here my line, and I can feel here where it is. Now the beauty of the machine, I always love to do this, and I don't know if you can see this, is you can see that little crosshatch there, and it's over just a little bit, but I'm going to bring in my design first. So I'm going to go home, go into my embroidery, go onto my USB stick, and I want to make sure that I bring up the smaller one of the designs, and it does say on it the number and a 5 by 7. So there it is. And now if I hit that embroidery and I click on that, I can make sure it's not quite right. So I'm going to hit layout, I'm going to hit move, and I'm going to attach it. We're lucky with these machines. And I know that Bernina has the perfect positioning as well, and so that you've got all the different machines. So now that I know I'm okay, I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to hit my layout again. And the first thing that it's going to stitch out is my green. So let me get my green, and I'm going with the bright green. And this smaller one takes about 26 minutes to stitch out. So let's quickly stitch this. And probably the thing that takes the longest is these leaves, I believe, and maybe the spring. So I'm going to go ahead and let it stitch out. And I'm wondering if you can see that. So there it's stitching out all the leaves. Okay, once we do this, I'm going to take you back over to my overhead. Just let that stitch. One of the things that you've got to do, and I have forgotten it, is you want to take off the plastic sheet that's on top of the glitter vinyl, because you don't want to stitch through that. Okay, to get ready for it, I've got my white, I've got my green, and I also used a little bit of, which I absolutely adore, the King Star threads. They look so pretty with the glitter vinyl and all of that, so I thought I'd share that part of it. And so it's going to stitch out the green first, and then it's going to stitch out the tulip fill, which is, I just want to show you this because it's got all these little pieces to it. So this little piece right here, I don't know if you can see it, I'll bring it up to the camera. That piece right there is what it's going to stitch out next. And then it'll do a placement line for the tulip. So choosing my colors, I'm going to go with a lighter pink on that. And then I'm going to go with a darker pink for around the tulip. And let's see. This takes about 4 minutes. And then after this, I think until we get to the spring, it's 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So the first thing it's going to do is I need the pink over there. And so we'll stitch that out. Once this is done, I can't believe what they can do with all these different products that they have, that they made a sign out of this. The only thing that I would suggest doing, and I won't do it today, and I made the sample up not really thinking about it. I have a place, and I'm going to change my camera for facing. I have a place in my house where when I hang this up, it's this way. Of course, my house faces this way. Cars drive by, and I think I would love to have it on the back as well. And so it would be nice to have the embroidery on the front as well as on the back. If you have it where it's just facing this way, then you don't have to do the back. But maybe on the back of it, it would be fun to say, thank you for coming, or goodbye, or something like that, that you can put on the back of it, so that as they walk down your walkway, they will see that you're welcoming them again, maybe, I don't know. Or not. Or not. Good riddance, no. Some clever little thing that you want to say, but I would love to do something on the back of these as well. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. So when we go to finish this, I would sew the other side, doing the same thing with the 4.5 inches down or 6.5 inches down, and do it on the back side as well. We won't today do the time frame, but you could do that when you do yours. Okay, I'm going to go back to the machine, see where we're at. Faster than I thought it was. Good timing. So I'm going to change from the green, and this is going to be the light pink that I'm going to put out. And you know what? I have a feeling that the cutter is off on this.
It is, sorry.
No, that's okay. It just dawned on me because I
Yeah.
watched you on Tuesday, so
Yeah, can
I
you double
knew that
check
it was off.
I had it
So-
on my checklist, but see what happens.
Yeah, so let's see. I'm going
testing
to.
you today. I'm
You are really
testing you
testing
today.
me. Let's see. Sewing machine, and I've gone to my things, and let's see which one is it on?
It's right. Click on OK. None of those.
None of those. It should be on embroidery.
No, click OK.
Okay.
Click on the scissors.
Oh, that one.
And then this is, oops, that's on. This was off.
Okay. Okay. Now we're good. Now I will have cut ends and not trailing stitches. Okay. So, and let's take it back to the machine and let's do the cute little pinks. Okay, it's going to do that. So the next thing that it's going to stitch is going to be the placement line for the tulips. And then after that, so I'm going to go ahead and again, due to time constraints, I would normally put water-soluble thread in. But because this takes so long, I want to make sure that I get to show you everything. So I'm not going to change. I would make that extra change. Okay, so it's going to do the tack down. I'm sorry. Oh, it's doing the stamens. Oh, I blew it. Oh, I want pink stamens anyway. I turned the page over beforehand. That's okay, I think it's gonna look pretty. More pink! I'm excited!
You can't have too much pink, Lee.
Not for me, I can't.
No, you can't have too much pink.
Okay, so now it's gonna do the placement line. Now, here's a 2 by 2 inch piece. It really takes a 1 inch piece. If I were at home, I would put the one down, I would stop, cut it out, and do the second one. But since I'm not at home, I will go ahead and let it stitch out the tack down on here. Because I use every little piece of this glitter vinyl I possibly can. If I can make it glitter, I will. It does go around twice, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm going to pull it off. And I'm going to change cameras. There's my pretty glitter. And if you hold it in the center and you pull it away from it, it pretty much, because they let it go through twice, it pretty much comes apart. I haven't had it where it doesn't. So again, hopefully you can see this. Okay. There we go. All done. And you can see how much glitter I have left. So I could actually probably almost do 3 more of these on here. So this will go in my Kimberbell glitter drawer. And when I need another little piece, it works. So now I'm going to change cameras, and it's going to go ahead and it's going to stitch out the decorative stitches on the tulips. You want to make sure that you don't get those handles caught underneath. I always kind of make sure, because my luck.
Especially online.
Online, exactly. Now, normally I would press this down, what the instructions recommend. But the stitching that goes on here, I kind of like the puffiness of the glitter when it kind of makes it pop a little bit. That again is a Leni thing, and you can more than like go and press these down with an iron and it'll make it go flat, but I kind of like the idea that it's up just a little bit. Keep this out of your way. So now it's going to stitch berries and the tulip details. So I was trying to decide what to do, and I don't know, I kind of like the purple. And again, this is so spring, you can do any color you want. So I'm playing around with all my colors, and let's try this pretty King Star metallic purple. And see what that looks like. The next thing that it's going to stitch out after this is the daisy placement line. I really can't see that, but it kind of adds, the purple kind of adds to it, so I'm okay with that. Now it's going to go stitch the berries. And those berries, I'm looking at it going, that a great placement for some bling as well, to make it sparkle a little more, or put some more sparkle to it. One more berry on that side. Ooh, I like the purple. Oh, Doris wants us to trick her on Friday Funday. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and change to my yellow thread.
Oh, when's April Fool's Day?
It's a Friday. It's 3 weeks away. Can you believe it? Ugh. No, can't be 3 weeks.
Let me Google it. It's April 1st, right?
April 1st, yeah, and that's.
And that is a Friday. Ooh, Doris is right. She's always on her game.
I know. I'll have to put our heads together for that one.
I know, April 1st. Oh, and you're teaching
I'm
it.
teaching it.
There we go. Interesting. We're gonna have some fun.
Oh boy. Okay, so now we're going to stitch the daisy placement line. Now, if you had a scan and cut, you could have cut these out beforehand. The SVG files are in with this as well. I didn't do that, and I probably could have. Now that I think about it, I could have sped up the time, but that's okay. These little daisies are very little, and once again, you could almost, well, maybe not. This one definitely. So I'm going to go ahead and put my yellow fabric down and let it stitch it around. And it will go around twice. I love that Kimberbell does that. OESD does that as well, where they stitch appliques down with 2 times around, so that if you accidentally cut one thread, you can, there's still something else holding it there. Now, on some of their different things that Kimberbell has done, they have some lace flowers, and it would be really cool to do the freestanding lace and then put it on top of these. And when you put the center on, sew the lace flowers down on top to make this 3-dimensional. Just a thought. I'm going to go ahead and do the overhead so that you can watch me cut. So doing the freestanding lace on top of this would be really, I think, really pretty. Just remember when you do it in all yellow, and when you're doing freestanding lace, you want to make sure that you have the bobbin matching, and then you would put it on when you do the when you put the center on. So you just put it down on top. So it would be really, really cool. And this does have a pretty decorative stitch going around the outside. So you got to get it close, but you can be a little, I want to say a little bit lazy, but maybe not, that's not quite the word. You do want to get it as close as possible. Oh, I like this yellow polka dot fabric. I think I got this out of Selima's fat quarter stash. You can see what I'm doing here. And I did use a Aqua Mesh Plus, which is a water-soluble stabilizer. They recommend you washing it out, but the way that it's inside,
the sprinklers will take
care of it. Right. So, or the rain that we keep saying that we're going to have, and we have just a little. All of that will take care of the inside. So you could, in mine, to be honest with you, I did use a tearaway in the white one. So, okay, so now it's going to stitch out the daisy decorative outline. So I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras. Once again, making sure that my handle is not in the way. And let it stitch that out. This really is cute. I could see putting this, just the design itself, even on a little girl's bib or dress or apron or something like that. Maybe changing spring is in the air to something different. It would be absolutely adorable. Even making this into a pillow, putting it on one of Kimberbell's pillow forms. And sticking it on your couch or on an outdoor bench or something like that would be fun too. The design is really, really cute. Now, the next thing it's going to stitch out is that center. So if you did a freestanding lace flower that you put on top of here, they've had quite a few in all of the years that we've done Kimberbell. They have freestanding lace miniature flowers. I think there's one on their Irish pillow or their St. Patrick's Day pillow. And they do freestanding lace flowers, and they're the perfect size for this. Just to give it another dimension other than just the glitter and the felt. Okay, so now it's going to go to the center, and there's actually two center stitching in this one. One is with the orange, so I'm thinking of when I was doing this was like a sunflower, and so I thought I'd do orange and then I'll do brown for the little kind of seed pods in the center. So let's see how this stitches out. Once this stitches out, then it is spring is in the air. It's the writing. And well, after we do this, there's the center of the brown. And then I've got to decide, major decision here, what color is my writing going to be? Going to go do the other flower. So this one actually takes 2 minutes to stitch out. This is a little more detail in it. I think I'll do the Spring is in the Air. Purple is my husband's favorite color, or he always teases that that's his favorite color. And every time we say purple, he'll get a purple shirt, and he really says it really isn't his favorite color. And I said, then he's got to stop saying it's his favorite color. Because we believe him. Okay, so now we're going to do with the little inside piece, it's the brown. So there are 24 thread color changes in this pattern. So you can see why you need lots of spring colors for this. Could you do with less color changes? Yeah, well, maybe, but it's more fun, I think, to have all the different colors in it. So this one here is, if I was putting the lace on, I would put it on here, because I don't know if you can see, it's the glare is there. When I take it off, I'll show you. That would be the one that you would add the lace to it. Okay, so now it's Spring is in the Air. And I'm going to stitch that with purple. And this one's going to take, it says 4 minutes. So let's get this done. You could have done this in a brighter color too. I'm looking at this purple, it's not showing up. It would probably show up more on the white one. Hopefully you can see that. There is a real bad glare on here. I don't know if we can. I think it's coming from the machine. No, that's worse. That's better. There we go. I think it's from the machine light. Okay, let me turn the lights off on the machine and see if that helps. I forgot where that is too. Oh, I think that's a little better. Let's try it and see. Can you see it now? Now we're in the dark. Technology, I tell you.
Maybe make it not as bright.
That's what I was going to do.
Like the middle of the row.
Oh, I like that.
That's good.
Like that. Now you can see better what it's doing. And I don't know if everybody knows that you can change the lighting on your machine to make it go darker or lighter. And there are some times of the day that I prefer to have it on a lighter, and sometimes of the day where at night, like, I really need lots of light. So it depends on where you keep your machine. Okay, we have the air left for it to stitch out. And then the next thing it's going to do is placement for the felt banner. This in spring takes the longest of everything to stitch out. I think spring is also 4 minutes. But imagine if we were doing the big one, how much longer. I think it took 50, I want to say 58 minutes. Which really, when you think about it, to make a sign is pretty quick. But imagine what you can do with all of these tote bags to make the different seasons, like summer, fall, winter. We have so many designs on our machines. There's so many designs out there from Kimberbell with the different seasons that we could make a different sign for every season. You could make one as a birthday, you know, someone's birthday in your home. You put the sign out, welcome to so-and-so's birthday. And or it's a great gift for someone with their birthday, and get them a signage and put out. So just fun things to do with this project, being a tote bag. Okay, so now the next thing is the placement line for the banner. And I'm going to go ahead and change it to the green that I'm going to use. Oops. And I still got the purple attached. I swear I sew, and I am a walking thread caddy for all my threads that I cut off the machine. Okay, so this is going to do the placement line. Okay, so now this one you're going to put down, it needs to be the tack down. It's not going to go around again on this one, so you want to make sure you put a color in that if you want it to be contrast or if you want it to match. And I kind of like the matchy. So it's doing like a bean stitch going around on this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change my thread already. So quickly. And I'm going to put the sparkle in again. I absolutely love this King Star. I'm still waiting. I keep hoping that they'll come out with a white, because there's so many times when you want a sparkle white. Okay. This. Take it over here. Overhead. So you want to cut this as close as this is aesthetically pleasing to your eye. And I often thought, wouldn't it be cool if you cut it with pinking shears around the outside edge? That would be kind of interesting. Give it a different look. And again, you could probably cut this felt out with your Scan and Cut using the rotary blade. Okay, so I'm going to put it back on. It's going to do the spring. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let it stitch out spring, and this is going to take about 4 minutes. Yeah, you're right, Doris. Diamond, that's a great idea. You're absolutely right, Lynette. The vinyl would, except that these bags are kind of like water resistant. So, but the felt, definitely you could replace it with fall leather. It could be fabric as well if you wanted to. So it's kind of up to you. The only thing with fabric would be is the raveling. So, so the next thing that it's going to stitch out is the moth body. And then the wings, and then the outer wings, and then the antenna. So I am making mine a very pretty light lavender type mauve as well. Kind of their colors, but a little bit softer. Ooh, I like the sparkle thread. almost done with the spring. And then we're going to be ready for the body of the moth. Betty, it's MA23 is the color that I'm using. Okay, so now I'm just using a light blue. It says gray, I think. I'm going to use a light blue for my moth body. And then I'm going to do a light lavender for the moth wings. Or part of the wings, I should say. If a moth is going to land on my thing, it's going to be a pretty one. Yes, Mary, you're absolutely right. Using IQ, you could do that. Adding a border around it. You could add candle wicking around it as well. Which I think is my favorite stitch, is candle wicking. Okay, now the second last color of the wing is going to be green. And of course it's coming off in a multitude of places here, but not where I want it to. Liking the way that first stitched out, so I'm going to go backwards a second and let it stitch out one more time on top of that right side. Much better. Okay, now for the antennas. And then I'm doing a gray. Oops. And then there's like little flickering, kind of like stars around it. And I'm going to go with my metallic threads again. And these are actually on, and they say to use black and white. And I'll try the white. see if you can see it. It's like a cream white. And this is on the moth itself. And it wouldn't be a Leni sign without having a little bit of pink on the moth, so I'm going to change and put pink on here. Okay, now there are little like stars around, and if I had remembered, I would have brought some gold, but I'm going to use yellow because I think that
gold.
you have gold.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Here.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere.
I will use the turquoise first, and then we'll use gold as the second one. How's that?
There you go.
Oh, she's got gold, and she's got my favorite gold. I don't know if everybody knows, but Kingstar comes out with 3 different golds, and they are absolutely gorgeous. There's a light gold, and then there's a little prettier, softer gold, and of course you have to have all 3. You can't just have one, because you never know when you need that special gold that matches something. Sometimes you want it brighter, sometimes you want it softer with just a hint. Going to do 3 little stars, and I think it's going to go 3 more little stars, and then we're done. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, and the last color I'm going to use is a sparkle turquoise. Let's stitch that out. One more. Hey. And then we get that lovely sound. I'm going to go ahead and quickly put white thread in. Actually, I could put light blue in. And I'm going to change the machine over to regular sewing.
machine sews?
It does, it does. It sews beautifully.
Oh, goodness.
And yet they say, I've heard this, and I don't know of how true it is, that you really should change the machine and have it go both.
Yeah.
I think Mike Johns was saying that, and I believe him, because it gets oiling and just things so they don't freeze up in the regular sewing part. Say, okay, I've got it set, I'm going to regular sewing. And yes, I will remove the embroidery frame. And now let's talk putting this thing together. So I'm going to go to my overhead. Look how cute that is. I mean, it's just absolutely adorable. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it off the back. Probably a harder way than that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just cut around this. Again, they say to wash it out. And if I were home, I would probably do that. And if I were home, I'd probably do the other side just because I'd like it to be seen on both sides. Or you could put maybe fall was here or something like that. I don't know. Happy winter. So now that I've pulled off that, of course it's sticking to me, you can see it's so pretty right there. And the instructions say, oh, you're absolutely right. So remove the project from the hoop. I'm going to turn it. I just pretend like I gently rinsed it. I'm going to fold it till we have right sides together, okay? Just like this, okay? Hopefully you can see that. So I kind of cheated already, but I just wanted to show you exactly what you need to do. The design is toward the top. I measured down 9 inches from the top, okay? And put a mark. I actually put a water-soluble mark down here, and you can kind of see it, hopefully, with the lighting there, okay? And then you're going to fold it again widthwise, and I'm going to measure 7.5 inches down, which is what I did here, okay? And then you're going to pin this together, okay? And you want to make absolutely positively sure that this top is right there. And then you make a mark from that 7.5 inch down to the 9 inch. And then the same here, okay? And then snip some pins. And I just kind of pinned it so it's easy peasy. Now what I'm going to do is stitch down on this line all the way around, okay? And I just want to make positive that my edges are matching, and so that I can just sew. And I want to backtrack at the top and then just go all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the sewing machine and do that. And again, I always put my needle down first, and hopefully you can see that. And my foot's not plugged in, so hold on a minute. Okay, now I have a plugged in foot. So I'm going to go ahead and backtrack from the beginning. Come on. And I'm just going to sew all the way down. And that's on slow. I'm going to speed it up. a little bit of a lead foot. And at the end, I'm going to actually take 2 stitches at the bottom to make my point a little better and nicer. You could do that on the sides, but I didn't find it needed at the sides as much as it did on the very front. And then I'm going to go ahead, don't sew over my pin. Okay, and I'm taking it back over to my overhead. And I kid you not, this is so darn easy, because all you're going to do, and I should take my rotary cutter, that's what I brought it for, and my ruler, 1/4 inch around. Stand up for this. Of course, I did it. I put my ruler like I'm supposed to. Put it on crooked. Okay. Looks like I have one little ding in my rotary cutter, which makes it so every so often it doesn't work. This is toss. And I will take my corners and sometimes you can go like from the corner out. Sometimes that does make it a little bit nicer on the inside. So you kind of veer out a little bit. Okay. Now, here's the magic of all of this. You turn it inside out, and now you could say, here's my purse. You've got your own little purse if you wanted to. I would take this over to the iron and iron this down. My press. And all you're going to do is sew all the way around the outside edge. Okay? The other thing that you're going to do is I folded it across like this. Hopefully you can see that. And I just cut this like this. And then all I want to do is gently fold this down, and I'm going to go ahead and sew across like that. So anyway, that's the bag. It is that easy. That's the flag. So simple, so cute. You've got the big one, so you can see the different sizes, and you've got the small one. And it's done. You can see here how I did the outside edge. Is that cool?
Super cool.
Just absolutely love it. So, piecing. Any questions or anything like that? It's really a cute project, and to think they made it out of a tote bag is beyond me. It's like, what are they going to come up with next? They are always forward thinking on all sorts of different things. But it is so adorable. And so then you just tie that onto a garden hanger. You could put it up on the wall if you wanted to. Oh, there we go. And then there's the bigger size. So you can kind of tell the difference in the two. Let's see if I can get it in the camera. There you go. in the difference of the two sizes. So cute. So if there are no questions or anything, we will see you next Friday for Friday Fun Day. Enjoy.
Oh, don't forget to talk about the pillow.
Oh my goodness, my favorite part.
Pillow,
This pillow, you guys, this is awesome. It is so much fun to make. It is, I wonder if I can.
I think you should.
I need to take it up close because
Yeah.
I kid you not. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, they're seeing it.
Okay, can you see how
Super
cute
cute.
this is? I'm going to go this way. There's writing going around it. There's quilting around the flange. There is all sorts of little quilting going on. Look at the smoke flowers coming out of the chimney. I mean, and the grass on that. And it is so adorable. So we're teaching this on the end of the month, March 25th and 26th. It's a Kimberbell project. I don't remember the cost of it.
$169.
$169. You get everything. We have such a fun. It's a Zoom meeting. It's all virtual. You get to, there's prizes.
Yes.
And it's a 2-day affair, so we'll have
It's
fun for 2 days.
Fun.
But I saw the picture and went, I made it, and I didn't want to bring it in to show, to do as a thing. I actually put it up on my Facebook page just because I want everybody to see it. It is so darn cute. And then my daughter came over yesterday to say, Mom, are you going to make me one? So, oh boy. So anyway, just really cute. Look at the writing on the home. I mean, it's just so much fun. So that is, I just wanted to show you. You can sign up on the website for that. The other one I wanted to show you is, again, I am teaching also the embroidery club for Salima, and it's OESD Embroidery Club. Next season, it is going to be, and I guess I better change cameras. So let's do overhead. Move this out of the way. So here's all the projects that we're doing, but I can't tell you, my husband, I made this as a sample for the store, and I'll show you this in just a minute. He went out and bought plants so that I can make more of these to put
that was
plants
so
on.
cute,
Isn't
really?
it cute? He did. He loved it so much. He said you need to make one as a parsley, you need one basil, and then here we have mint.
Oh, that's so cool.
So is that absolutely adorable? You use a plastic knife. You use all sorts of projects. It went together. I, of course, Leni, changed it a little bit and added some cork instead of the fabric there, which I thought was really
I like
fun.
the cork better.
So, yes. And then you just put whatever thing it is. So join us again. You can join one by one, or you can join for the whole. You get a discount if you join for the 6 months. And where'd it go? I just had it here. There we are.
It's all on the website.
And it's all on the website. We'll be doing a key fob. We'll be doing for Father's Day, which I thought this was so cool, an apron. And then this is a backpack for school, and a cute little zipper pouch, and then a little notebook. Just really cute projects.
And these are Zoom classes.
And they are
they're
Zoom
recorded.
classes, and they are recorded. So just fun, but I tell you, this is absolutely so darn cute. So anyway, I think that's it now. Am I good? We got it all?
You're
I hope
good.
I remembered everything.
Very good.
And we want to just say thank you and have a great weekend.